Okay, I'm just going to show you how you could try and do some sort of batik at home. So that's a resist form of dyeing. So all you need is some natural fabric. You'll only need one piece, an old candle, and then some acrylic paint, watercolour paint, any dye that you've got, anything that you've got at home. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with our piece of fabric. So I'm going to move those out of the way. You're going to light your candle, and we're literally just going to drip wax. So you can see I've done this a few times now. Oops. Let's try that again. Always going to happen, isn't it? Blow out your thing. I might not have enough. There we go. Okay, so make sure the candle actually lights. And what we're going to do is we're just going to drip some wax. So once it melts the wax, we're going to drip it. Now, it's quite difficult to do anything significantly intricate with this, but it's quite nice for doing a background effect. So you could just do little polka dots. So you can just drip that down. Make some little polka dots. And then what I did on a couple of other samples, I dripped it so it's quite close together. So I'm starting to sort of try and join the wax up. It does dry quite quickly. So you could do this and almost do like a camouflage effect. So you could do some sort of random backgrounds. Okay, so you sort of get the idea. So you can sort of do a covering. You could get a paintbrush and try and paint that really quickly. You can have a go. Just going to blow that out. So once you've done that, you will end up with it looking, it will dry. You can see how it dries quite quickly, but you can see that it started to dry here quite quickly. Now what I'm going to do this bit here where it's a solid bit, I'm just going to crunch that up and just make sure that sort of crackles and cracks. So you can see that the wax is starting to crackle. Then the next thing is to literally just going to paint it. So you're just going to get some water. I'm just using some acrylic paint here, and you're just going to paint it on. And what happens is that the wax is going to resist, so it's going to stop the paint getting in underneath. You might need to just sort of dab it a little bit on the top like that. You could water it down a bit so you could change the colours. You sort of get the idea of what you've got to do. Okay, you're going to leave that to dry. And then once that is dry, you are going to take it with some tissue underneath, newspaper. Just move that out of the way. Once that's dry, you are then going to get some newspaper. You are going to get either some kitchen roll or even just some greaseproof paper. I just use kitchen roll. Newspaper underneath, put that on the kitchen roll, put a piece of kitchen roll over the top, and then iron that with a really hot iron. And you can see it takes a bit of the dye, but can you see that? You can actually see that the wax is now on my paper here, so it takes off all the wax and it will leave you with the colour of the calico. So we go from this when it's dry, we iron off the wax, and you'll get an effect like that. So that's where I crackled it. So you can get a nice little background effect and have a go with that.